So here in Boston today, speaking at the Women's Conference, which is really, a conference focused on educating women on entrepreneurism, on financial stability, all different things that revolve around women.
Thank you for getting over here so quickly. We had a little mix-up in time, and Greg made it here so fast, it's unbelievable.
Bravery is getting on stage in front of hundreds of people running a beauty company without any makeup or jewelry or anything.
How did your awareness about this problem, this real issue in the field of health and beauty products, kind of grow into this lifelong, passionate social mission?
It's all really started for me back in 2006 when I watched a film called An Inconvenient Truth and became really aware of things that were going on with the earth and became extremely impassioned with the environmental health movement. And so when I learned that we were putting toxic chemicals into the products that we were putting in our homes, on our bodies, in our environment every single day, I became extremely focused on doing something about it. And so what was just a personal passion that started with me making sweeping changes in my own household and looking at my home as an environment and myself as an environment, my womb as an environment, that quickly switched to, how can we do something about this? How can we increase awareness around this issue in the country and provide solutions for it?
I think that every time I speak to a group of people, I can see in their faces the fact that they have no idea that they're exposed to toxic chemicals in their products every day. Most people in that audience today had no idea. And so, part of my job is to educate as many people as possible.
So just to give you a quick few facts, we haven't passed a federal law regulating the cosmetics industry since 1938. The law that exists is 1.5 pages long and allows for many, many toxic chemicals into our products. The EU has banned 1,400 ingredients from all personal care products, of which the United States has banned 11. So probably just sharing those few facts with you, it makes you start to think about, wow, what's actually going into the products that I'm putting on my body every day. So as a person that was extremely passionate, I started to share this message with everyone. We decided to create a business that sold our products through a network of independent consultants. And we now have 13,000 women across this country selling our products. In 2.5 years, we went from 0 to 13,000. And we did that because of two things. We created an opportunity for people to be entrepreneurial on our platform, but to lend their voices to something that we think is very important. We're asking them to increase awareness by educating everyone around them about these issues so that they can make better and more informed choices for themselves and their families.
I think whenever I speak about Beautycounter, more times than not, it's more about the business and what we're doing as a business. Today, speaking at the Women's Conference was an interesting opportunity because it allowed me to talk about the social impact, the fact that we are building a company that is pro-commerce and pro-regulation, that is pro-profit, but is also pro-social impact. And I think that we're uniquely positioned to tell that story and to be able to tell that story in front of a group of women who want wonderful beauty products, but also want to be part of a movement was a great opportunity.
You said that as women, when we lock arms, we can move mountains. How do you find people to lock arms with you? And how do you begin starting a movement?
So I began the movement, the Beautycounter has become by really trying to educate a few people around me about what was going on.
This is the second women's conference that I've done. I did the women's conference in Philadelphia a few weeks ago, and I've really enjoyed the opportunity to speak to large groups of women about what it is that we're doing with Beautycounter, but also trying to help them be more successful in their professional and personal lives.
Do you have other things that you do outside of your field that is focused on growing social good?
Yeah, I think I've been, as a person, I've always been focused on things that are pro-commerce and also, pro-social impact. My belief is that in today's world, you have non-profit organizations and you have for-profit organizations. And I am a person who is very focused on trying to bring the two together. I believe as a country, we'll be significantly stronger if we bring these two things together and we don't allow them to be mutually sort of exclusive anymore. I believe that we can build a business that's financially rewarding for everyone involved while simultaneously having significant social impact, and we're doing it, and we're doing it very successfully. That said, on a personal level, what I want to see is I want to see a day where my children don't need to worry about reading the labels on the products that they're putting on their bodies every single day. So I am a huge advocate for affecting change in Washington. On a personal level, that's the thing that I care most about, but I have millions of dollars of other people's money. I've created a platform upon which 13,000 lives depend on an economic opportunity, and so I am very focused on making sure that we do both and do both extremely well.
Do you have work-life balance? Do you believe in the concept of work-life balance?
It's challenging as a woman to find that balance. I'm sure everyone on this panel would agree. Sleep is overrated. So one of the ways I find the balance is I don't sleep very much. But I think if you focus on what's really important to you, there are a couple things that I think you can have everything, but I don't think you can have everything all at once. I think you need to prioritize in different periods of your life. I am very much an advocate for women staying in the game, in the workforce in some capacity, because it allows them a sense of independence, financial and other. It allows you to continue to grow. Even if you're dedicating 5 hours a week to something that you believe in, I think that's really important. I think you can find to be a great mom and a great businesswoman simultaneously, but some things need to give. I've tried to find people to support me who are incredibly strong, that make my life easier in the areas that I think that I can sort of delegate, and so trying to figure that out. But I think it's, as women, when we give ourselves a break for one moment and say, okay, I don't have to be superwoman every single day. These are the 3 things I'm going to do really well this day, this week, this month, and the other things can rest for a moment. Once you've accomplished them, then you can go back to focusing on something else, because you can't do it all in one day. I mean, no one on this panel can say that they can. It's challenging. But I think I would encourage you guys to stay in the game. You can focus on your family. You can have great work. You can do a lot of good in the world simultaneously.
It's a process that you have to move, and that sometimes you might be a little bit out of balance. Sometimes you're going to realize, hey, I need more of this, and you're going to make adjustments. You're going to kind of recalculate the route. And is that accurate?
I think that's a fair statement. I think that, everything's constantly changing for me with Beautycounter. I find that there are days that are good days and there are days that are bad days. When I sit there and I look out at the crowd of women whose lives have been significantly impacted by access to information, access to healthier products, and an economic opportunity that they can take advantage of that is bringing income into their homes, I find that balance in that. I find that balance in the power of empowering women and of joining forces with women who are actually affecting change all the way to Washington. Together, so yes, you step in and out, you have good days and bad days, but I think in the end of the day, I'm so passionate about, cosmetic reform. I'm so passionate about safer products getting into the hands of everyone, whether those products are Beautycounter's or someone else's, because we know ours are not accessible to everyone. I find that balance in just focusing on what I'm doing and being passionate about it, because I think that the work that we're doing is extremely important. But we have bad days. I started with one, right? I'm here on the stage with no makeup.
No,